Scorpio, welcome into Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much for sticking with this community. If you're brand new or cross-watching, I'm JT. How you doing? Okay, Scorpio, just a general reading again. The energies may fit, they may not, so don't hate the reader. I'm just going to interpret the cards the way I see them, okay? I'll give you the download. We'll shuffle up and get started for you, all right? Do keep in mind, Scorpio, I have started Haiku Corner. It's got the three personalized poems for you. I always start those right before the reading, okay? Kind of gives me time to look at the cards and give you a better interpretation. So anyway, I hope you look forward to those. Let me know in the comments if you like them. All right, so I'm going to shuffle it maybe one more time. I've already pre-shuffled, but I feel like I'll do this for transparency's sake for you, okay? I'll lay out the cards. I'll tell you every card, all the categories, the whole nine. But we're talking about your current energy. The crossing challenge. This is the foundation card. We'll talk about all of these and I'll show you up close. We're talking about the recent past. This is the possibilities. Here is the near future. This is the self. This is the environment around you. The hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. The outcome and the direction, okay? Now, Scorpio, give me just a minute to look at these cards and I have your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. Okay, Scorpio, here's the T. I just like saying that. That's silly of me to say that, but everybody else says it. Someone is really into you, okay? But I think they're just afraid to touch you. We're going to talk about it, okay? In this present energy, we have you getting your business on, okay? This is the part that's actually really good here, okay? Someone is watching you glow up, okay? Your glow up, blow up stage, and they're sweating their ass off, okay? You're focused, all right? This is leveling up. It's someone obsessively watching your progress, you know, they're attracted to your discipline, your silence, your mystery. 8. It's a good number. Infinity, you know. Someone checking out your socials every single day, okay, but not interacting. I definitely feel like there is someone just so intimidated by your presence that it's hard for them to move. You've got them frozen here, okay? They're seriously intimidated by how busy you are. And I don't think they feel like maybe they can match that energy, okay? You're definitely becoming way more selective with who gets, you know, the access to you, okay? Someone wants to text you but feels, I think that they like need to earn your attention, okay? You're building like a money stream or something. Somebody could be working on something like their own project, their own business here. It doesn't have to apply. You guys just take what fits here. But I just feel like you're building like this money stream that is going to be maybe profitable, you know, something like by the late summer, something like that. This could be talking about like a coworker, okay, that's developed like a crush because of your work ethic, okay? So someone around you, maybe someone around you from your past, maybe, I don't know, maybe they regret, you know, not choosing you when they had the chance to here. You know, someone's jealous of your progress, you know, or you got this competition thing going on. I don't know. I'm just kind of getting that. as far as human behavior is concerned, I got the feeling like this is them rehearsing what to say before they text you. Okay, it's that, stalking your page at night, and trying to find out in your DMs or your, any kind of messages you've sent, any kind of back and forth, so that they would have something to say. Okay, if we're talking about the masculine energy here, this is, I am focused in on you, okay, and hungry. And if we're talking about the feminine aspect here, we're talking about this very alluring, quietly powerful type energy, right? You could be seeing synchronicities here, okay, like 888, say something like that, 818, angel signs, anything to do with like. Now this is kind of a throw here, but we are talking about the Eight of Pentacles here. So anything that has to do with like working with your hands, maybe you're like an artist in that way or something, or tools, or or maybe even in your dreams, it's like you've been dreaming a lot about work lately, or something you're really, really focused on. Okay, we are talking about maybe like Virgo season here. It doesn't have to be, but we could be talking about in the neighborhood of around April, September, something like that. 8 weeks anyway. Just throwing some synchronicities there to see what shakes loose. Okay, take what fits. Come on, camera. Sorry about the camera, you guys. Okay, now take a deep breath here. All right. This is where the reading gets a little spicy, kind of in an uncomfortable type way here. But we're talking about someone playing mind games here. This may be somebody you recognize. It may not be, but there could be this silent treatment thing going on right now, jealousy, kind of a petty behavior. Whoever is in your timeline right now at this moment with this type of energy, this is I want control more than I want connection. Now, you may have somebody else playing in your field here, but I kind of got the idea that it's definitely like a purposeful delay, like they're not going to text back so that they can feel powerful here. Okay. It's got that masculine energy. I don't know, like they're posting these thirst traps or something, right, to get your attention. If we're talking about the feminine energy, it's like competing with you for someone's affection. This is definitely that competing type energy. So it's like someone's trying to make you jealous, with a third party, somebody in your friend group, somebody that you know or close to, talking schmidt, that type of still. So we could be talking about like a past lover or a past relationship, whatever, that that they want to win at the breakup. They're going to get the last word in. You could be experiencing like someone in your friend group becoming weirdly competitive. You might keep your eye on that, right? Someone refusing to apologize, though, even though they know they hurt you about something, is what the energy kind of tells me. But I don't know if we're talking about work related here. With that Eight of Pentacles, it could be somebody like a coworker or something undermining you subtly, talking shit behind your back to try to make themselves appear a whole lot bigger than what they are. But I feel like maybe you're tempted to clap back, but maybe you're choosing silence. Okay, trying to be the bigger person here. But I don't know. This is the, I say I'm fine, but the tone is very sharp. How you doing? I'm fine. I don't know, but they're watching your page or whatever still, not pretending to care. Like I said, this could be that third party influence on the situation. The masculine energy would be definitely in the defense. Okay, the feminine energy here would be kind of like in that withdrawn type of energy. But if we are talking about synchronicities, it might be something like having arguments in your dreams. Okay, and very, very sharp noises. It's that driving to work and you have that that one guy in the pickup truck that's got the loudest muffler in the whole country, something like that, right? But anyway, we could be talking about also Aquarius season for something around the as far as the timing in like the mid to late January, middle February type timing. So take what resonates with you. Okay, we are moving on now into the foundation. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, I'm going to be gentle. with this one because it touches an old bruise. Okay, I think you're still grieving. something here, maybe a connection that you had, and that connection never showed up for you the right way. Okay. This is betrayal, or at least a version of yourself I feel like you have outgrown. This is you miss someone who did not choose you properly. Okay. And you're healing. It could be like emotional abandonment, something like that. This is you regret giving way too many chances to people. This is possibly like mourning a friendship, that faded out, triggered by something somebody said, or even, you're just got that fear of repeating old type patterns or something like that. But excuse me, I feel like you're realizing someone just was not capable of loving you the proper way. Okay. And so this is that grieving, that version of yourself that tolerated way less than what you fucking deserve. Okay. So in this energy, it's got the, avoid certain songs or places, right? And I don't mean to keep pouring salt on the wound, but it's important that you hear this and know this, okay? Because this is the I'm pretending that I'm over it, right? But your heart is still kind of flinching, okay? In the masculine energy, this is all regret, okay? In the feminine energy, this is emotional release, and that's why I say it's so important to hear this, okay? So as far as synchronicities, we could be talking about things like, I don't know, like rain, spilling a drink, or like old photos or something like that showing up. I mean, just take what applies here. But this has kind of got that Scorpio season. So this may have been, that may have applied to you somewhere around October, November of 2025, something like that. But just take what fits, okay? Okay, moving on into the recent past, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, okay? This part might feel familiar, right? It's the waiting game, the one you didn't sign up for. You invested in someone, and they couldn't even have or they didn't even have the audacity to meet you even halfway, right? This is the waiting for effort that never came card here to this particular situation. But someone breadcrumbed, you invested emotionally into someone who was just unavailable. Feeling stuck in limbo. You kept checking for, signs back and forth, back and forth. It's important we touch this, okay? You hoped they'd grow up, okay? And you wondered if you should stay or walk away from this shit, replaying conversations, realizing that, patience is not the same as self-sacrifice here, okay? So they acted like they needed more time, but really they needed more maturity. That's what I'm getting at. As far as the masculine energy, this is definite procrastination. In this, if this is the feminine nature we're talking about, this is waiting. Okay. There could be something in synchronicities here, like clocks, delays, songs about time, anything like that. 7 weeks ago could have been a situation, or 7 weeks, of a waiting game, whatever it was. Definitely kind of got like a Taurus energy here. Somebody in Taurus could have been in your timeline. Take what fits, okay? But now we're moving again into this Eight of Wands energy, and it's telling me, okay, here's the good part. The energy finally moves, right? This is talking about fast messages. This is talking about anything from travel, passion, momentum, someone breaking the silence here. This is the sudden text, from someone else. I feel like maybe that maybe you thought it was over or through, or maybe it just had that little bit of a spark or a hint of something could be here. Okay. It could be like a masculine energy sending a really long ass text, one of them. But if we're talking about the feminine energy, it's like the feminine here reaching out, vulnerably. Okay. So this is that receiving a job offer quickly kind of an energy. It could be, travel plans that are coming together like at the last minute really fast. This could also represent that crush, okay, that starts flirting on you, okay, making moves, someone confessing their feelings, or, even receiving like unexpected money. So just take kind of the energy as it comes to you. But this is definitely getting clarity after confusion, and in some cases it could be like months. Okay, so this is As far as human behaviorisms, we're talking about like this is a fast text, a fast response to something, something okay? Very impulsive masculine energy and very receptive feminine energy. So as far as like synchronicities are concerned, we're talking about maybe seeing like birds, arrows, or like once again, these fast, text messages coming out of nowhere type situation. So we could be talking about Sagittarius season here. So any time in the next, I don't know, between like the end of November to December, for any of those other things that we spoke about. But I feel like the messages could be anywhere from, now, yesterday to, within 8 days, something like that. Okay. All right. Moving on into the near future, we have the Temperance, right? This is where things soften. Okay. This is the universe giving you a breather. Okay. Pouring from one cup to the other, alchemizing all that past BS, right? This is balance returning, a connection that's going to stabilize, or a new one that's going to enter in, that's going to feel peaceful and mature. A type of scenario here could be like a masculine energy apologizing sincerely, and you're feeling it. Okay. This is divine. All right. This is the major arcana. So this is it's reconciliation energy. Okay. Someone patient and emotionally mature here. Okay. Finding peace with your past, you're done with the chasing, and it's the attraction time. Okay. It could be talking about a relationship here that becomes way more equal. You feeling like spiritually protected, guided, actual, dreams about that, it's the I am stopping my reacting phase, and I'm going to do the start responding type phase. Okay. This is someone speaking softly, listening more, showing a whole lot more consistency. If we're talking about a masculine energy, we are definitely talking about grounded energy. Okay. If we're talking about the feminine energy, it is soothing. Okay. As far as synchronicities or something like that, you could be, I don't know, maybe seeing like feathers. Maybe you're attracted to like warm lights, the colors for warmness, earth tone colors, things like that. Okay. Maybe again, Sagittarius season, it's definitely got that Sagittarius November through December, whatever that resonates for you. So, okay. Moving on into the Page of Pentacles, if I can get my hand underneath it. Page of Pentacles, okay? This part's sweet. You're becoming very curious again, okay? This is the learning something new, or emotionally, or something new about your finances, okay? You're open to love again, but smarter this time, okay? Very smart about it. You followed off with the Temperance, so it's definitely that energy. But this could be you beginning to study something, that could prove to be very, very helpful in like your profit wise. Okay. This could be someone that you're attracting in that's younger, or maybe youthful in nature. It's got that playful attitude. Maybe you are younger than the person that's coming in. Maybe the other person's older. It doesn't have to be the case, but we are talking about the page here. So, but this is definitely rebuilding confidence. Okay. Learning to communicate a whole lot differently, exploring a new hobby or something, I don't know. It's attracting opportunities through your basic humility, right? All of the things that you've learned. This is asking hella more questions and observing hella more, taking your time, right? As far as the energies are concerned, if we're talking about masculine, right? This is eager, okay? If we're talking about the feminine, it has that hopeful, very hopeful energy, okay? So any type of synchronicities around this card could be related to like coins. You could be like actual coin collector or something, or you just got done emptying out the coin bank, to go cash in the last bit of the pennies that we're ever going to see on the face of this planet. I guess I don't know, but it's definitely messages about learning. You could be dreaming about that, going to school again, or going back for a degree of some kind. Anything, just take what applies. But we could be talking about Capricorn season here. So like the late December, early January type of energy there. So take what fits with you. Okay, moving on into the environment. All right, Scorpio. This is the messy part around you, not inside you. This is external, okay? This is drama, competition, jealousy. People are projecting their bullshit onto you, right? Why? Because you're glowing up. You got that Eight of Pentacles. A lot of it's jealousy. A lot of it could be just that comparison. I'm comparing myself to your glow up. I'm comparing myself to you because blah, 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 blah. This is the gossiping. Third parties stirring up shit, right? People want your energy, but they don't want to earn it. That's why I say it's external of you, okay? You might be getting like some stupid shit like raised eyebrows, okay, at work, or, some kind of like a subtle shading of their word salad. I don't know. But I feel like someone's definitely threatened by your confidence here, okay? Weird comments, something like that. If we're talking about masculine, it's definitely competitive. If we're in the feminine stance here, it would feel like an insecurity of some type. Okay, I don't know, synchronicities, just loud, chaotic shit taking place around you. Okay, that would be your sign to go, hey, I'm recognizing, that I am in that type of energy, or that energy is present within me, right? Okay, moving on into hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. This part's tender, okay? Wanting closure, but fearing the ending of something. Like I said earlier, I feel like somebody may still be hanging on to something, but this is a brand new chapter, okay? And I know endings scare you. It can be scary, right? You want a cycle to end, but you fear maybe the after effects, right? You're afraid of outgrowing someone, or you want to move, or you want to travel. There's just little hidden fears inside this card, okay? You want a relationship that feels whole, fear losing someone permanently, okay? Excuse me. You want to feel accomplished, okay? That it may be somebody who's really, really working hard on themselves, and you need that. It's kind of like that ego pat on the back. You don't need other people's validation, but you do need to see some progress, okay? This got the behavior involved here that's like scrolling through old messages and wondering, is it truly over? It's asking, it's those right before it dies and ends kinds of, repetitive type cycles. And it's totally okay. It's understandable, right? As far as the masculine energy is concerned, this is completion. Okay. If we're talking about the feminine energy here, this is release. Okay. So in synchronicities or something, you could have like tattoos or something, like somebody might have tattoos of like, tribal like circles or something like that. You could be seeing, like, I don't know, an old movie or something where it's showing a globe, or somebody's traveling or something, just something that could involve repeating type cycles over and over and over again. I don't know, just a hint there at synchronicities. Okay, the outcome, the Nine of Swords. Okay. Deep breath, baby girl, baby boy. This is the shadow part, but it's not the ending, okay? I'm sorry, I had it upside down. Look, you're worrying someone will leave, but they won't. You fear rejection, but they're scared too, okay? This is a mirrored effect. You're replaying conversations at night, and so are they. You're fearing losing control, so do they, okay? I feel like this is just kind of there's someone coming here, okay? And it's got you like all in the mindset of all of these past emotions hitting you really, really hard. You're fearing being vulnerable. You think maybe someone's mad at you, but they're not, right? You're assuming the worst, okay? But the truth is so much softer, and it's hard to hear when you haven't seen that in a while, right? So this is you preparing for a major, major emotional release, okay? The late night scrolling, the insomnia, the overthinking, the texts, the masculine, the anxiety, the feminine, emotional overwhelmment. So it's got that same kind of, 3 a.m. in the morning wake up, intense dreams. Um, Here's the thing, okay? This is the year where, desire becomes undeniable, all right? Someone wants you badly, but they are terrified of how deeply you affect them, okay? This reading here is definitely full of tension, longing, It has the external forces around you that's really, really screaming, and it just has the intensity involved. But I feel like this is the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. Okay, I know you want your outcome to be this beautiful, wonderful thing. All I can say for this particular reading, and I hope you take this with a grain of salt because I love you so much, I respect you. This is it's a major arcana card. It is change. It's coming. Okay. And I feel like you need to get the hell out of your own head. Okay. Live and let love. Relax. Let everything else go and let the third parties be what they are. Okay. They don't deserve you. You know, the one that you're thinking about is coming towards you. But this whole intensity, they may be, if this is a soulmate connection, they may be feeling all of that energy that you are projecting. So quit projecting that. All right. I'm telling you, this was a beautiful reading. I don't even know what else to say other than I love you. I appreciate it. I hope you got something from it. If it was confirmation for you, will you give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments? Scorpio, this is this is a reading that tells me that things, I felt it. I just can't wait for you to feel it. But things are over. They're ending, and you just have to let the new cycle begin. Okay. All right. I hope I get to see you on the next reading, Scorpio. All right. Bye bye.